Hello.
Sun is in my eyes a bit.
Is it?
Let's go that way. That's better.
Good.
Hello.
Hello.
We are moored not too far away from Campbell Wharf Marina.
No.
Which is about half a mile? No, not even that,
No.
from the Willen Lake.
Yeah. About quarter of a mile. 10-minute walk.
But it's well worth a visit, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And today we're heading off to Fenny Stratford.
Fenny Stratford.
Hopefully.
We are. It's a bit windy.
Yeah, and it's cold. It's about 1 degree.
It's very cold today.
So wrapped up nice and warm. But
and this is our massive, great big
push
to get back to
Croxley Green by Christmas. So let's start the journey.
Yeah.
See you when we get there.
Hello.
Hello.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
Happy New Year indeed.
Yeah, our first vlog since, well, for 2020.
Yeah, our first vlog since about a week before Christmas, actually. We've had a bit of a break, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been visiting family and as everyone does around Christmas.
Exactly.
A lovely time.
So we decided not to do one over the Christmas period so you wouldn't have to suffer watching us.
Well, Mark was drunk most of the time, so that's probably why.
Don't say that. Say that. Just anybody who knows me knows that I very rarely drink. So Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And we thought that because it's now 2020, it'd be a good idea for our first vlog of the year to review our yearly boating costs. Not very exciting. Anybody who fancies a snooze, you know, now's a good time.
Eric's snoring already.
Yeah. So we've broken it down into, I mean, we've not included things like food and drink and things like that because you live in a boat, you live in a house, you still have to bear those costs. So what we've done is we've broken it down into boat-related things, in other words that the boat has cost us. And
it's what it's costed us because I've got a trader's license so that I can sell my artwork along the side of the canal.
Yeah.
And that costs us an extra £70 to do that, which is fine. And obviously boat licenses are done on the size of the boat.
And as ours is a wide beam, we pay a bit more. So the boat licence has cost us £1,170.24. Obviously that's due to be renewed in February.
Yeah.
So the gas usage, so we get through a gas bottle roughly every 3 months.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd say. We
probably use it more in the winter than we do in the summer.
Yeah.
Because the cooking that you do may take longer if you're doing casseroles and things.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more kind of hearty cooking going on in the winter.
Yeah.
So about £35 every 3 months. So that's roughly for a year. We used just shy of £500 worth of diesel. We seem to, on our fuel gauge, I normally like to get a fill up when it gets down to about 8, because in the winter you should always try and keep your fuel tank tops up for things like fuel bug, and so you don't get condensation in there. And it seems to be costing us roughly £100 to £120 every time we fill up. So we've calculated that we've filled up about 4 or 5 times, and it's taken us to about £500, maybe just over, for the year.
But don't forget, we've done 200 and something miles.
Yeah, in one of our previous vlogs.
We have done quite a long travel this time.
In one of our previous vlogs, we did mention how many lots of miles we've done, so we have done more than our 21 miles.
Yeah.
Had we done our 21 miles, we probably would have used less than 130 quid's worth of diesel, maybe 200 quid, something like that. Boat insurance is about £300 to £400 a year, so we'll split that down the middle, call that 350. Coal, we've spent about £300. It's about 10-ish pounds for a 25 kilogram bag. And the wood, we've spent a lot less on wood this year. We've foraged because we're out on the towpath. We've managed to find a lot of our wood. We've only spent about £100 this year on wood. I've also learnt how to do an engine service thanks to Jonathan from Never Enough Cruising. He showed me how to do that.
Yeah.
So that saved me about £150 each engine service. All I have to do is order the parts.
So that's quite a huge saving, really, isn't it?
It is. I mean, you're supposed to do an engine service roughly every 200 250 hours, although it does depend on what your manual says. So if your manual says something different, you follow the manual. Ours is 250 hours, and we've done 3 engine services since we had it, because the first year we didn't move a great deal. Ordering the parts, it's about £65, something like that, to order the parts and buy the oil in. So it's about £130–140 this year we've spent. We've also factored in how much it costs us to moor on the Thames, because you have to pay.
Yeah, I mean, there are some moorings that are free to moor on for 24 hours, and then you have to move on or pay. But most of the moorings cost between £7 and £10 a night.
Yeah, so we spent about £60 mooring on the Thames, and of course there's the extra licence as well on the Thames. You need to buy an environment agency.
Yeah, a visitor licence. You can get a visitor licence for 1 day, 1 week, and you can get one for a month. So,
we paid about £120 for ours for the week, and again that goes on the size of your boat. So if you tot it all up, doing the calculations, and it's not an exact science, but it just gives you a rough idea of how much we're spending on a year. We've spent this year £2,880.24, which sounds like a lot, but doesn't sound like a lot if you live in a house. If you, when I was on land, my previous job was an estate agent, and I knew from research, etc., that the average house in England, or the average family in England, spends roughly £18,000 a year just to keep their head above water. That's paying the bills, mortgage, groceries, etc. Obviously, we haven't factored in groceries in this, but when you consider it's £2,880.24,
it's probably a couple of mortgage payments, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you're living in a house, so it has been a lot cheaper, hasn't it?
Awful lot cheaper. So anybody out there worried about the cost of boating, yes, it's expensive. Nothing's cheap. Whenever you put the word boat in front of anything, they add on pounds. In fact, somebody once told me that boat stands for was it borrow? No, bung another 1,000.
That's fine.
Yeah. So in other words, people think boating is expensive, and it is, but it's a damn sight cheaper than living on land.
The only other thing that we haven't factored into these costs would be our boat safety licence. That has to be done every
4 or 5 years, isn't it?
Yeah, a couple of years. And we would need to get the boats taken out of the water and blacked every couple of years. And that will be next year or the year after?
Yeah, next or the year after. Depends how soon we want to do it.
Boat safety is 2021. So
we can wait until the year after. I mean, blacking, when we had it done last time, we paid £1,600, but we had somebody do it. If we do it ourselves, which I think we're going to do, it's probably going to cost us a lot less. It's basically going to cost us the hire of a dry dock, which is probably going to be about £500–600, and the paint. So, we're thinking of doing it ourselves. So even if you said it's going to cost us £900, say, £800–900, if you divide that over the course of the 3 years, you're looking at sort of £300 a year. So you can add another 300, it will tip it into the 3,280. But by and large, the cost for running a boat over the course of the year has been pretty good. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, a lot cheaper than we thought.
Yeah. There's a bit of footage coming up of our cruise back down from Blissworth Tunnel. We make, I think we go from Fenny Stratford. No, we go from Campbell Park to Fenny Stratford. And you'll see some footage coming up of that. And
it was our rush to get back to our son, wherever our son lives, for Christmas.
Yes.
So that our daughter could come up and visit us in a sort of a central location, which was good.
It was good.
We've had quite a lot of rain, and you can see it's actually canals breaching and flooding the towpath. So you go past Gulliver's Land over there. So there's lots of building work going on outside the marina at the moment. We've got a pub is going to go there, a foodie pub. On this side I think they're going to be 3-storey townhouses. We've got Got a major development going on here. I believe here there's going to be some shops below. And a coffee shop. There's always a coffee shop somewhere. But, lots and lots of work going on. And this bit here where these boats are moored at the moment will be the new entrance to the Milton Keynes Canal. Milton Keynes to Bedford, I believe. And it's going to be a lovely wide beam canal. But that's as far as they've got, that little bit there. Let's hope they continue some more. Eric fast asleep whilst we're cruising. Is it cold enough for you?
Bloody freezing.
What is it, November the 12th?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And it is freezing. Freezing cold. Must be 1 degree.
Got gloves on.
I haven't.
Do you want some gloves?
No, it's okay. And I think we're going to get some rain.
Yeah.
There's some really big grey clouds. So I think we're going to get some rain to add to the misery of the cruise. But we're doing this just to prove that we're not fair weather boaters. We are proper boaters.
We're not doing that at all. We're doing it because we have to.
We're doing this for you.
We have to do the miles to get back for Christmas, don't we?
Yeah,
so
we do.
we're, yeah. Be a busy couple of weeks.
It will be. But fun.
Some lovely spaces to moor along here though, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Like all arm cone, not used to that.
No. I don't know how we're going to cope going back onto the K&A.
It's going to be tricky.
It's going to be very tricky.
So coming up to the bridge for Wolfton on the Green, and we're going to pull in just after the bridge is a water point. Filling up at the water point. Mark's giving in. The gloves had to go on. It is very cold. It's an aeroplane, Mark, not thunder. And a cup of tea. used to walk over that bridge to school.
You went to school?
Very funny. Very funny.
That's your new age hippie school.
Where we chose our curriculum. It's good school. Love doing art. Autumn colours are incredible at the moment. Look at the autumn colours, Mark.
Yeah.
I'm going to get hit by a twig. Duck down. Look at that. Beautiful.
There were leaves in the canal.
I know, there's lots of leaves in the canal. The canal, it moves so fast, the water, but we're actually only going that fast.
Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up.
And if you haven't subscribed, if you would do so, that would be fabulous. And don't forget to push the bell icon so that you'll get notifications of our next video.
Indeed, and give us your comments as well. We love your comments. And it'd be nice to know what everybody else, if you're a boater, it'd be nice to know what everybody else spends per year on their boating life. Just include things like your licence, your diesel, your coal. Just put it in the comments below and let us know how our costs compare to your costs.
Be interesting to see if there's any narrowboaters out there who have done some costs, so that we can compare what a narrowboat and a wide beam costs.
Indeed.
Oh, right.
So, what was that?
I don't know. I was just waffling on.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.